What is up, guys? Proper Truth here, and welcome back to the channel for me, for you guys as well, because I've been gone for about, I think, 10 months. Spirit fingers. It's about 10 months. Yeah, almost a year, guys. Almost a year, and I'm sorry for my absence. I was going through something personal, and as well with work, and now, schedule is changing, so I'm trying to get back into this little by little. I actually miss it a lot. The other day I was editing. I was like, oh my God, I gotta do this for a living. And I really miss this, and I miss you guys. So I'm glad I'm coming back, especially that the Legacy of Destruction had dropped, and there's a lot of new stuff in there that I really like. So I ended up picking up so I can be able to, come back slowly but surely, especially with the Lightsworn support. That I'm working on that for you guys. But what I have for you guys right now is little Yugi's deck profile. I think this deck is somewhat. I think if it's in the right hands, the right player, this deck can do something at maybe a regionals or something. I think it can be caught. People get caught off guard, especially if they don't know what the cards are doing. They don't know what to stop. The deck just consistently searches. So be careful with losing to draw. But I personally like the deck. Little Yugi was always like a more favorite towards me than Pharaoh. Pharaoh's deck was pretty cool, but I always liked Gandora. He's like a Judgment Dragon. He was like the OG Judgment Dragon. Let's get straight to the profile so you guys know what I'm talking about. But before we do, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel and you unsubscribe because I was gone for so long and you want to come back, subscribe again, man. Subscribe again. Show some love. So, let's do this. Alright, guys. Let's get straight to the profile. Extra deck is really your preference. In this set of Legacy of Destruction, you really don't go into your extra deck. You'll go into it more in Infinite Forbidden, I think it's called, in the next set. I mean, don't get me wrong, you do go into it, but very rare. But when I get to the extra deck, I'll explain to you guys better. First up, then, is 2 Gandora G, the Dragon of Destruction. This guy is a beast, like 300 for each banished card. Pay half your life, blow up, and banish the entire board, and then summon a level 7 or lower monster from your deck that has Shiny Sarcophagus in its text. This guy is your Judgment Dragon. This guy is insane. I do want to jump him up to 3. Like, I don't know if I want to stick to 2, but depending on the side deck that I'm working on, I might jump this to 3. Because he's technically your only special summon in the deck, other than using Ties That Bind. So there's a reason why, if it works, I'll come back with an updated profile and show you guys. So for right now, I'm doing 2. Your preference, though. Next up, 3 Silent Magician 0. This is your spell negator. Every time your opponent draws, even on the draw phase, she gains a level, and for every level she has, she'll end up gaining 500 attack. So she'll negate any spells, like I just said. There is no cap on level, guys. Like, this girl can go up to 20 levels and be a boss. Like, back then I know there was a cap on levels, but here you can have these levels as many as you want. So definitely an awesome awesome card. Also, when she negates a spell, she'll gain a level, giving her another 500 attack boost. So great card, and the fact that they're giving us negators now in the Yugi deck is perfect because it keeps up with the format a little bit at least. Then I'm playing 2 Silent Swordman 0. Similar to Silent Magician 0, but instead of the draw phase, every standby phase, both standby phases, he'll gain a level, increasing to 500 per level. Again, no cap on the level. As well as that any card that has Sarcophagus in its text, or Sarcophagus itself was to get targeted by an effect, you can just negate it. So again, another negate. At first, I was hoping, when I first read the cards online, I was like, damn, maybe they should have given him the effect to negate traps. But test playing this whole weekend, using this deck a lot, made me realize that targeting is way better, because if he had the trap negate, you can't stop Veiler, or a monster that targets. The fact that you can stop any card that targets itself, not only just imprint, is an amazing effect, and I really like it. On top of that, whenever he does negate something, he gains a level, and that's an additional 500 on him. So 2. You can play 3. I was testing 3. It was just like, if I'm gonna drop it to 2, I might play Rhoda but I don't know yet. So I'm still testing it like this. Next up, you have to play your 3 Stratos for spells and traps, and that is Trio, Gadget Trio. Gadget Trio is an amazing card because it searches it, so searches any spell or trap. That's pretty much 90% of your deck. And if it ever leaves the board by destruction or by battle, you can actually just set a stronghold from your deck. The new one, not the old one. Great card. I'm not playing the stronghold. I was for like 2 days, and I was like, let me test it without it so I could put more like meta stuff into it. But Gadget Trio is the GOAT in this deck. Even if they stop it with Ash, Veil, or Imperm, this deck searches. It's a rotation. It just searches each other out. So definitely you gotta play 3 Gadget Trio. Off to the hand traps. I'm playing 2 Veilers. I think 2 Veilers is perfect. I was thinking about putting a third, but then I'm like, 2 Veilers is fine for now. So 2 Veilers. Then definitely the triple Ash. Triple Ash is mandatory, guys. Like it's no question about it. Ash is Ash. Then the MVP that really makes the deck, your opponent's deck shut down, Shifter. This does not really affect Tenpai, guys, but if you play it right, it can definitely stop other decks. So if you're going up against Tenpai, this is an easy side out because Tenpai can play through this. It's not a problem. So you can, that's 3 extra cards from your side deck, like 3 threatened roars or something, or 3 negate attacks. You know, perfect instantly. Then I have to say, I know you guys are gonna laugh, but you gotta play more Marshmallow. This card is hilarious. Like this actually got me a game against the Ragnarika deck. Crazy. It's hilarious because Ragnarika was about to like destroy me and quick effect in the battle phase to summon him, and then now they have to attack him. Is hilarious. The reason why I do play 2 though is for time reasons and to finish the OTK. So basically, I see a lot of builds just playing 1 just so they don't die. But if you summon this from onto the board and you have another one in your hand, deck, or banish, and you just Gandora, you Gandora the entire board, destroy everything and banish it, and then whenever he's destroyed or banished, you can actually special summon another one from your hand, deck, or banish zone or graveyard, and your opponent takes 1,000. So like you can instantly, if your opponent's still at 8k, you Gandor the board, then you summon Silent Magician or Silent Swordsman 0, and depending on how many cards you destroy, they'll gain that level, and that means they'll gain that boost. That will also have Gandor's attack, whatever it is, based on the banish, but they also take that 1,000 and another one comes out, and so you just drop them down 1,000, they're down to 7,000, and possibly Gandora or one of the magicians, one of the silence zeros will finish it for game. So that's the reason why. That's my thing on it. And plus, it's more Marshmallow. Like, it's Marshmallow with glasses. Like he's adorable. And now off to the spell, guys. You definitely got to play. What makes this deck is the 3 shiny Sarcophagus. This card is the key to the deck. A lot of people tend to forget the last effect, which is you send a spell from your hand to the graveyard, and if your opponent was to special summon a monster from the graveyard or monsters, you can send a spell from your hand to the graveyard and send one of those monsters back to the grave. Amazing card, but this is pretty much eroded because every main phase you're searching for a card that has Sarcophagus in its text. So like I said, even if they do end up ashing or like stopping the gadget trio gadget, it doesn't matter, unless you don't have this in the hand, then you gotta find another way to do it. It still works. So like it's a great card. Just try to keep it on the field. It can't be destroyed by card effects, so Gandor won't get rid of it. So try to protect it as much as you can. Next up is 3 future silence. 3 future silence. I'm playing 3 because it is a Rhoda. At the end of the day, you're searching for Trio Gadget, you're searching for Gandora. Those are mainly the 2 you're searching, or Marshmallow. Like if you activate this in the battle phase and you don't have Marshmallow, be careful when you activate this in the battle phase, because If it's your opponent's turn and you go battle and they go battle phase and you activate this, you search Marshmallow and quick effect to summon it. You know, you're drawing. Each player is drawing until they have 6 cards. So you don't want to give your opponent a fresh hand. So watch how you do this. But if you do it on your battle phase, please make sure you got game. Make sure you do have game, because you do not want to give them a fresh hand and then you lose because of your own card. Then I'm playing triple Pot of Extravagance. I think Pot of Extravagance in this deck is, in my opinion, I like it better than Prosperity. I mean, Prosperity can give you those options, but it's only going to give you 1 card. This will guarantee you 2, and like I said, you don't use the extra deck like that. Next set you probably will, because you know you're playing the Dragoon and all that stuff in there. But I think personally, like, I like Pot of Extravagance. It looks more like Pot of Greed, so it's like the nostalgic out of it. You know, Yugi used Pot of Greed, so the updated version on it. So it's great. Then I'm playing 2 Ties That Bind. Ties That Bind is your Ties of Brethren. It does not target. Like, I was watching Jesse Kyan and Sam's duel with this deck versus Ubel, and actually this deck beat Ubel. But when he activated, Sam asked him, what does it do? He said you target a level 4, you know, monster that has Sarcophagus names, but it does not target. As long as you control a monster that has Sarcophagus in its text and Sarcophagus, a shiny Sarcophagus, you can activate this and just summon it. You meet that does not target, as well as that you still have a battle phase. You just can't special summon from the extra deck, which is not a problem. And it doesn't have to be just a level 4. It's level 4 or lower monster. So you can have Gandora on the board and still activate this. You do not need to target. So be careful about that, guys, because if you go activate target and they remove that target and you're not reading your card properly, you're thinking you lost the target. Do not do that. So Jesse, you don't need to target. Next up is 2 droplets. I'm playing 2 droplets because it's droplets now these days. So, you know, Gandora is in the format. I mean Gandora. Tenpai is in the format, so you want to be able to reduce attack as much as you can. And also it's like a quick play imprint. And this is also good because, let's say if you have Shifter in the hand, with Shifter, if you already have a graveyard like in mid game, this Shifter is great to just use as part of droplets. So yeah, and same thing with more Marshmallow, because you can summon it back out of the grave. Then the one called by the grave, because it's called by the grave. Then you're playing. This is like MVP right here. This is like turn silence. This is called turn silence. This basically is a quick play spell. You target a monster in the field and increase its level by 3. And if you did this in response to your opponent's monster's effect, you could just negate that. So it's broken. Not only that, this is great against Tenpai, because if they try to attack your monster that has shiny Sarcophagus in its text, and you have Sarcophagus on the field, you could just banish this and end their whole battle phase. So it's great. It's a great card for negation. Another negator in the deck. So if you want to, like, if they Veil or Ash and you don't have Sarcophagus and you need it from Trio or from Turn Silence, Future Silence, definitely I would say do it, because you need your starter, you need your combo. So this is a great card to have. Then the last 3 cards is just Infinite Impermanence. Infinite Impermanence is basically infinite impermanence. I do want to put in there can only be 1. I'm just debating on what to take out. Right now it's 40 cards, guys, so I'm trying to figure out what to put. Like, I do want to put in a lot of stuff in it. So let me show y'all the extra deck real quick. Again, extra deck is your preference, and you're not really gonna go into it as much in this form until the next set. But let's get straight to it. So for my first card is just I'm playing Dragoon. You're not summoning it unless you find a way to put the Dark Magician into it, and you'll be able to fuse Dark Magician with Gandora. Unfortunately, Gandora requires you to summon a shiny Sarcophagus monster from your deck, and not just a regular monster, which would have been broken. But I'm just getting prepared for the next set. For the links, I'm playing 1 Almirage, just because, you know, if you normal summon one of the zeros, their attack is 1,000, so you can also, like, you can go and link it off and into this and have protection maybe for another card on the field or even Gandora. So definitely one Almiraj. I'm playing blocker because blocker, and you know you can actually search for a continuous spell card from your grave. You can get it from your graveyard at the end phase. So like if you need a sarcophagus and it's in the graveyard, you can get it. I'm playing one dagger for hire. Dagger for hire is in here because I just want to be able to, like, if I link into it and there's a problematic card on my opponent's field, because you have little monsters. Your zeros have to increase. If you don't have Gandora, your zeros have to increase their level to become a problem. So there might be a monster on the board that's actually like I said, problematic, or maybe the attack is too high. For hire, we'll get rid of it by destroying this. You target a card, a monster your opponent controls, and for hire you can destroy. So you could target itself, destroy both of them. Nightmare Phoenix, because this Nightmare Phoenix, this actually helped me against the Ragnar Rika deck because he was playing the Rika engine, so he had the continuous trap on board. So every turn he pays 1,000, he searches for a Rika card, and I did not want him to recover, and I wasn't going to be able to OTK him that day. I mean that turn, so I had to summon this to clear his only outcome and be able to push the following turn. I want to put fit Nightmare Unicorn in here. I don't know why it's not in here. I just got to put it in here. Then I'm playing one SP Little Knight. SP Little Knight is SP Little Knight. It's a broken card. So definitely SP Little Knight, just to dodge something, get rid of something that's, again, problematic. As for the Link 3, I'm playing Blackluster Soldier of Chaos. Great card, and it's a Yugi card, so we keep it in the nostalgic area. This also can be a problem for your opponent. You know, if you destroy a monster, you can either banish a monster on the field or gain attack. Or double his attack, I think it is. Let me see. I'm not even 100% sure. Oh, he gains 1,500 attack. You can make a second attack in a row and banish one card on the field. So one of these effects. So he's really good in that aspect. OTK, get rid of a problematic, or just keep a beast stick on the field. Then as my Link 4, I'm playing Zoroboros. Zoroboros is actually, the reason why I put it in here is because of Gandor. Like, if you can link into this and summon a monster to its point and you banish everything, this will come back, but this will also banish everything for Gandor's attack when it comes out. So I think personally Zoroboros is pretty cool to have in here. Then Boar Sword Dragon, just because of OTK reasons. You can put access code talk in here as a replacement. I was just thinking more like can't respond to him in the battle and he gains attack, second attack. But access code talk is probably even better. But again, like I said, I just threw cards in here that I think will help real quick. And again, you don't go through the extra deck like that. Then the one Appaloosa, because it's Appaloosa. I don't even think I ever summoned it in here. I think the only thing I ever summoned in here was Almiraj and Nightmare, and I think SP Little Knight, but definitely Phoenix and Almiraj. And then Underworld Goddess, because Underworld Goddess can actually get rid of an opponent's monster on the field as part of its summoning. So again, it's great. You just gotta have a lot of monsters on board just to be able to pull this off, but it can come up. Especially that when you play Ties That Bind and these monsters are still there the following turn, yeah, it's a problem. For the Exceeds, I'm playing Exciton Knight. I actually want to put the Utopia package in here because it's Utopia. You can put it as part of the OTK as well. So yeah, this is just to blow up anything, the board basically. It's your board, another board wipe. Then I'm playing on Dingirsu. There can be a time when you have two Gandoras on the board and you just overlay and get rid of it from there. And then the one Typhoon is Typhoon and Jesus. So that's pretty much it, guys. So there you guys have it. That was my little Yugi, Gandoras, whatever the heck you want to call it, deck profile. Again, I really am a fan of this deck. This deck is pretty cool. Me testing it for the past week has shown that it does have potential against some of the meta. Like I mentioned before, Ragnar Rika. That deck swarms the board, especially if you have it with the plant version, which is the Samvalan. Oh my gosh, and the Rika's in it as well. it's so hard. But the game went really far. Like, it was, I think game 2 alone, the whole match took roughly over an hour. But you know, that was outside the tournament, guys. But it was a great match. This deck can surprise a lot of people, especially in local tournaments, like I mentioned. But in bringing this to a local tournament, you will catch people off guard. They don't know what the cards do. So I think the deck does have its creep in a local level. And then, like I mentioned before, if you have the right player who really like studies this deck, plays this deck, like a good pilot, you can take this to a regional and possibly hit maybe top 16, depending on your side deck. You got to be careful with cards like Duel. Duel will demolish this deck, so maybe cross outs. But I think the pure version with the hand traps is your best bet. You know, I've seen people do it with the Horus, but the Horus engine is, you know, you got Tenpais playing shifter now, so like, if they shifter your Horus is dead. That means you have to rely on one other engine that may not be strong enough to do it. Top of that, you're using your extra deck, which is nothing wrong with it, but now you fall into Nibiru territory. So you got to be real careful. I think personally, a build like this is the perfect build to go up against the meta itself. So if you guys got any suggestions, any ideas about what to put into the deck, what can we do? If you guys are testing it, what are you testing in it? So I'm gonna take it to a tournament today and give it a shot. So, and I'll let you guys know the results from there. Other than that, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Guys, thank you for watching, thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you at the next video. Later.